You guys said a lot of the things that I'm thinking, so I'm just gonna stop talking about the Bills completely, and I'm gonna go talk about the Miami Dolphins.
Let's get into it.
100%. You look at the Miami.
So the Bills win the division, no doubt.
Yeah, it's a lock. But last season we thought it was a lock, and the Patriots made it kind of close.
And then they locked it up.
They did. They clutched up at the end. Absolutely, they played really good ball towards the end of the season. However, is it crazy to think that Miami could possibly sneak in and win the division, given the fact that last year it was close? I don't think it's crazy. If you told me that you take the Bills and I even think twice, hey, I'll shake your hand. I get it. But we saw a situation last year that could be comparable to this one where Miami did get better. Their offensive line.
I don't think Josh Allen has lost to
Miami
a team in the division since like 2019.
That's not true. He lost to the Patriots.
I think he lost like one time. Like,
dude, it doesn't matter to me, okay? Like, can I just say what I want to say, bro? Please?
You know what? I'm sorry.
Okay?
I apologize.
Appreciate that.
Your thing.
This is the year that Miami gets one against Josh Allen. I think that it'll be a split. I'm not saying they'll take both. They'll take one.
Where? If I may ask, Miami, Buffalo?
No, it's got to be in Miami. It's got to be. They're not winning in Buffalo. Tua in
won,
those type of conditions, we got to see that. We got to see that.
In those conditions?
And when it's cold,
he hasn't beat them, so
in bad weather, I won't lie, Tua's not great, except for that Week 18 game against the Patriots where it did rain and he did play relatively well. But just to go back into what I'm saying, you say it one more time?
I said it didn't matter.
Yeah, it didn't, unfortunately. But I was there and I was cheering him on. I was happy. The offensive line got better. Teron Armstead comes in. You add Connor Williams, who's going to be their starting center, which is interesting to me. What are you laughing at over there,
It's just
Joel?
funny that like all last year, you were probably waiting for that Week 18 game. Like, yeah, that's going to be for the playoffs.
How mean is this? How mean is this?
And then in the Week 17, he falls.
So mean-spirited of you.
That's really fucking funny, bro. That's hilarious.
That is gross of you.
That's fucking
Anyways. You look at the defense. The defense has been firm. And last year, yes, people are going to say that they had a terrible schedule. I watched you over there at the game day saying some nonsense about the schedule.
Your
sure.
saying some nonsense
it may
too.
have been.
Hey,
Bro said like 11, 12 wins.
Yeah, see, that's cap. I have Miami winning 10 games as of right now. But I think.
He said 13.
Who?
And he was like realistically 11.
You said the Jets could win 10 games.
No, I said 9.
You said 8 to 10.
Oh, it can. Yeah, maybe. No, I said realistically 7.
See, but my whole analysis on Miami is based off the connection between Tyreek and Tua Tagovailoa. I do firmly believe that this is the year that Tua comes in and solidifies himself as a true franchise quarterback and elevates himself into that top 15, that 11 to 15 range. This year's success of the Miami Dolphins is solely on the shoulders of Tua Tagovailoa. And I firmly believe that once Waddle comes back, because right now he hasn't been practicing for a couple of weeks now, it's a little concerning. Once he fully comes back and you have Tyreek and Jalen Waddle, this offense gets dynamic. Now adding Mike McDaniel as your head coach, a very sophisticated play caller when it comes to the run. Thank you very much. And you have a guy like Chase Edmonds, you have a guy like Raheem Mostert. When he's on the field, he's one of the fastest backs in the league, if not the fastest back. This offense could be extremely dynamic. Thank you very much, Joel. And I believe that it firmly starts with Tua, and it will translate into the game.
So you said 11 to 15 to Tua. So I'm thinking the players in that range, those are like Kyler, Carr, Cousins, Dak.
Kyler I have as the top 10 right now.
I have my 10.
We're not talking
after,
Deshaun.
After this season, will Tua be better? Well, let's start over.
Yeah, it's fine.
Tua's name is very hard. After this season, will Tua be better than Dak Prescott?
No.
Than Kirk Cousins?
Yes.
He could, but I don't think so. I think Minnesota's offense is going to be very good
I want
this year.
firm answers.
Okay, I'm going to say Kirk Cousins, no.
Derek Carr?
No.
Damn it. Getting Devontae makes things tough.
Oh, wait, are you just asking him?
You can answer if you want.
Oh, no.
It's all no's for me, these guys.
No.
Kyler Murray?
Okay, no. Kyler Murray's the top 10 quarterback.
That's 10 to 14 for me.
Okay.
That was 10 to 14. 15 to me, or Matt Ryan.
I was going to say he could be better than Matt Ryan.
Jalen Hurts.
He could be better than Jalen Hurts.
He can be better than
That's
Jalen
the
Hurts.
range where I could see him.
Which is why I say 11 to 15. He'll be closer
Back
to
end,
15.
yes.
Actually, he can. I'm not going to say he could be better than Kirk, but statistically, he should.
I don't.
The only reason why I
I don't
have
think so because
hesitancy,
he's not ready yet, but he should, with the weapons he has, be statistically right there with
If
Kirk.
Tua has one great playoff game, he'll be over Kirk.
Yeah.
But that's what he needs to do.
and that's not. It's
He has
not
to get in first.
because you look at the roster of the Miami Dolphins.
But you said 11 to 15, though.
Yeah, I did, and he'd be in 11 to 15.
Josh Allen, Mahomes, Brady, Aaron Rodgers, Joe Burrow, Herbert, Deshaun Watson, Matthew Stafford.
Don't count Deshaun right now.
Okay, whatever. So what, 8? Russell Wilson, Lamar Jackson, Kyler Murray.
There you go. That's 10.
Kirk Cousins, Derek Carr, Dak Prescott.
So he's like 16, 18.
That's already
range.
13.
Mm-hmm.
So now the other guys we have is Matt Ryan.
I said he could be better.
Jameis
He
Winston.
could be better.
So he's in the 14,
Jalen
17
Hurts.
range.
You think he's
Correct.
better than Ryan Tannehill?
Yes.
Easily?
He could be better than Tannehill.
I
The
can
weapons
see
they
it.
have, the offense they're going to run.
Easy.
You said you can see it? Yeah.
Oh, I can see it.
Yeah.
You think he's better than Justin Fields?
Agenda.
I'm a Tua guy. I got to ride with
Take-
Tua.
take it.
I can't do that. But I
Is he
am
better than Trey Lance?
extreme.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, what you're saying.
I'm high on Justin Fields. I'm mad you did that
paused
to me.
I don't
on Fields, but
disagree.
you didn't pause on
No.
Lance.
I say it because I like Fields. I do believe that he's gonna, not this year that the team's gonna be ready, but next year when they have $100 million in cap space, things could get very interesting.
I don't disagree
might
with
be
you're
great.
It's going to
saying.
be a Madden team
But
right now.
it is
100 mil is
the
nuts.
thing about the Tua thing is that, okay, Matt Ryan, I love Matt Ryan. He is aging. So is there a scenario where Tua has a better statistical season? Yes. Jameis, he hasn't proven it yet, so I can
He could be
see
better
that.
than Jameis.
Jalen Hurts,
They're
you
on the
still have to
same-
see
yeah,
if
the
his
same-
arm
same
is
level.
accurate enough. And then the other guys, I just feel like Mac Jones is not in a good offensive situation. Tannehill isn't in one either. Trevor Lawrence isn't in a good offensive situation either. Like, a lot of the guys are not in good offensive situations, which is why I'd be like, okay, like, yeah, he could.
I'm only struggling with one name, and that's Kirk Cousins. And I say that very respectfully to Kirk Cousins, who was great statistically last season, and his defense did let him
Multiple
down, and they
seasons.
lost some game. They lost a good amount of games because of
every
that
season in
defense.
Minnesota.
Every season.
But
yeah.
my main reason why I struggle to put Tua over Kirk is because Kirk's now getting an offensive mind that now is going to make Justin Jefferson even better than he already is. Adam Thielen's coming back. He's going to be great. Dalvin Cook is one of the best running backs in the league. He's just surrounded by great talent, as is Tua for sure. But I just think that where Kirk has already been consistently good, I think that he'll continue to do so. So it's hard for me to say that Tua will firmly be better than him, but it's not out of the realm of possibility.
So I wanted to say this stat for the Bills because last year they blitzed 26% of the time, which was the 13th most in the NFL. Now with Von Miller, they don't have to manufacture
Correct.
pressure.
Absolutely.
So now when you drop more people into coverage and you have as good of a secondary they have,
Yeah.
it's going to make their defense that much more better than it was last year. And
That
last year,
secondary is
it
nuts.
was still good. To talk about the Dolphins, listen, I've been very harsh on the Dolphins all offseason
You
long.
have been.
But these are our final AFC East
Now you can stop
predictions.
trolling.
Now, it's not even trolling. It's just,
Yeah, the summer's over.
being less
Gotta lock in. That tweet was lit.
being
lock in.
less optimistic. The draft has already, it's been a while since the draft happened. It's been a while since the offseason happened. So the Jets hype has dwindled down. Zach Wilson getting injured definitely attributes to that.
That was like a double entendre on you guys being the Jets too.
But the Dolphins, last year, the Dolphins ranked 31st in receiver separation. Most of that is due to Devontae Parker, which is another reason why I'm not high on the Patriots this year. Tua ranked first in pass attempts thrown into tight windows. And that's not because he's like some pinpoint accurate
No, that is
passer.
what it
which
is.
Where do you rank? Sorry, where do you rank?
First. He's an accurate passer, there's no doubt. But he passed into tight windows so much because Devontae Parker couldn't fucking separate. That's really why.
Dude, this is great to hear.
And it also, like, when you have receivers that don't separate, you also eliminate yak opportunities for them. So now you don't have those yards after the catch that benefit quarterbacks. Cedric Wilson last year, 20th in yards of separation. Tyreek Hill was ranked 14th.
Ow.
Now you have Tyreek Hill,
You know where
Cedric
Waddle was
Wilson.
ranked?
Waddle was like in the 30s, but he was hurt by Devontae Parker. Like he
Right.
brought down his ranking. Now that you have all three of these guys together, I think the Dolphins are going to rank in terms of receiver separation in the top 15 of the league, which is going to help the yak out a lot. They led the league in pressure rate, but blitzed the second most. We're talking on defense.
Yep.
They have a good pass rush, even though most of that is manufactured pressure. Let's see if their defense can hold up. I'm not too high on Byron Jones. I think he's more of a big-time name than he is
I
a
don't
big-time
disagree.
player
Is
at
he
this
starting on
point.
the pup? I think he might. I'll check.
Is it
He is.
a bad
He is,
take
yeah.
to say
Not on the
Miami,
pub. He's out right now.
Miami's offensive weapons are slightly better than the Bills?
Yeah,
In
he's on the pup.
totality, I don't think it's crazy
he?
to say.
He's out at least the first 4 games. Yeah.
And then you also have Mike Gesicki. They have a good team. Listen,
Mike
I
Gesicki has
think
been in the doghouse apparently.
I think the Dolphins are
They're asking him to
going.
block.
I hope they run three wide receiver sets and just him as a blocker, and that's where he
They're
struggled.
asking him to block.
That's where he struggled.
McDaniel wants him to be a complete tight end.
And he can't
And he
block.
can't
That's
block.
really the thing.
That's been a huge
That's
issue.
hilarious.
I think the Dolphins are going 10-7 this year. The reason why I don't have to make the playoffs is because They have the 13th hardest schedule this year. Last year, it was the 6th easiest. And I've compared Tua to Jimmy G, and I'm going to stay adamant on that comparison. Can he be a bit better? Yeah, but I think ultimately that's the range he falls in. And Jimmy Garoppolo in this offense, yak per completion was 6.8, best in the NFL. You have Tyreek Hill, you have Cedric Wilson, you have Jalen Waddle. Tua is going to benefit tremendously from yak, but that does not diminish him because yak is also a quarterback stat because ultimately hitting your receiver in stride to now gain extra yardage after catch is quarterback's accuracy.
Absolutely.
So I think the Dolphins will be good, but last year they went 2-5 against playoff teams and 3-6 against teams with a winning record. They have a tougher schedule this year. I think they'll miss the playoffs, but they'll be an improved team.